You dirty.
Nah, bro. Yeah, TIFO's the madness, bro. It's actually a madness, honestly.
Absolute madness. All right, guys, welcome to the very first premiere episode of United We Ball, hosted by myself, Banks, brought to you by the Final Third. I've got two very special guests with me, man like Keanu, a man like Daz. How we doing, boys? How we feeling on this Monday night?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good,
to be
man.
on the first. Pleasure to be on the first show. We're looking forward to it. We've got a lot to talk about.
Love for everyone. I'm love for both of you coming on. Real pleasure to have you, guys. If you're locked into the Final Third for the first time, make sure you're subscribing, liking the video, all of that good stuff. You know, I've got one important question to ask you both as we kick this off. When Ronaldo scored that first goal, did we all sue?
Had to.
You had to.
You don't know what when you get off the chair, you do that.
You know, the worst thing about it is when the game was on, I was in the Apple store. I was getting something repaired. I was getting my AirPods repaired. So literally, I was literally looking. I was on the bus, literally looking like, obviously not watching the game because that's illegal. None of us.
Oh yeah, we don't do that. We don't do that.
It was just literally looking at the updates on live, innit? And then I was just seeing everywhere was saying, "Oh, right, 0-0 everywhere," and I'm thinking, okay, so let me just close my phone. And I open my phone again, and I see halftime Ronaldo score. I'm like, what? Man's in the store looking around trying to do a quick celebration thing, but
bro, just literally, you have to try and look at with any United fan. Just do.
And the worst thing is, I was rocking my United gear as well. Like I was Adidas up, bro. Trust me.
Nah, they actually buoyed it, playing on. There was so many 3 p.m. kickoffs this weekend, fam.
Bro, Leicester Man City 3 p.m. kickoff.
Bro,
nah, that's terrible.
You want to put 9 on TV? Why am I paying this Sky Sports subscription? They want to show me no games this weekend, man.
Bro, and they've changed that up already. I think we had the Newcastle game next week was meant to be 3 o'clock, but they switched that to 4:30. I think BT took that now.
Oh no, that's the Aston Villa game.
Oh, Villa. Yeah, I'm saying Newcastle.
Yeah,
that Villa. Villa.
First thing I want to talk about. Let's get into the game. First thing I want to talk about is the lineup. Very attacking lineup. Saw us featuring Ronaldo, Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Sancho, Greenwood, all from the start. It's a very attacking lineup. Do you feel like this is something that we can continue with throughout the season? Is it something sustainable? Something you want to see considering the performance we had throughout that game? I'll go to Daz first. Is that something that you want to see continue throughout the season?
Definitely, man. Definitely. I think with the amount of firepower that we've got, I think, it should only be against opposition we fear and we feel like we won't have, in which Pogba has to play in one of the front 4 positions, because those positions right now are premium. We got so many ballers that can play there, that act like, do you know what I mean? Even though Pogba done the madness there, 5 assists in 3 games, he got 2 playing in the pit. And yeah, I'm saying I don't want someone else like a Rashford or he's fit, or a Sancho or Greenwood to have to sit on the bench to get Pogba into those positions. So yeah, I do want to see him banging centre mid. Obviously in the big game, when you might have to play a McFred. Do you know what I mean? Because Dave, the old McFred, the much scrutinized McFred, but Ollie loves them in big games, isn't it? So he'll probably go to them eventually. If he does, then you'd expect, Pogba to play further up. But I think we need to dominate games, especially at Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean? So I want to see Pogba get all his minutes at centre mid, or most of his minutes, but just need to find a partner for him that we can rely on as well. Because Matic, getting on, but he played well though against Newcastle.
1 game a week, Matic is one of the best midfielders the world's ever seen.
Trust me.
You keep him in the ice bath for a week, let him just play that one, he'll be so calm. Is when the
put him in the cryo. Put him in the cryo chamber.
Put him in the cryo chamber, and he's good.
Trust me. Ronaldo's got that crib.
What about you? Say that again.
Ronaldo's got the cryo at home, fam. We can use that quick.
No, he's installing that into Carrington right now. He's bringing all his medical stuff to Carrington. Hey, these players are going to be looked after. Keanu, what about you? Are you looking forward to seeing more of that lineup, or do you feel like we need to go for a more conservative look?
You know what? I was happy with you can't think of many. Like we would have all loved for. I would have loved to see Van der Beek in there, just to like get a full showcase of like every signing that we've actually made in the last few years. Obviously, we know Ollie's unfortunately is a liar, so Donny's not going to play that much this year. Because that, what, like we need to have that conversation because people don't believe me when I tell you, like Ollie learned from the best liar in the game.
Bro,
you really think this man is going to touch the fields?
Bro, man's telling us, I feel Donny's a top lad. When he says top lad, just know he's not
finished.
touching pitch.
It's finished. He's not touching the grass.
For another 2 months.
He's not touching the grass. Listen, you'll see the Carabao Cup, League Cup, FA Cup, whatever it is. Play them ones. Big Premier games. He ain't
Premier League, Champions League. No. We don't do that. We don't do that.
We might see him against young boys, but that's
literally
that's about
young boys. Young boys. Maybe if we manage to win the group with a game to spare, you can expect Donny to start the next game.
That's a fact. But
you man don't think he starts against young boys?
But
you don't think he starts against young boys?
He could.
Nah, he could. He's young boys. He can start against young boys.
Weekend when it comes to the Premier League match, he'll go back on the bench.
Ollie's saying, "Come sit beside me, bro."
Come watch the game with me. Come watch the game with me.
Unfortunately, the same way that Matic is what is 1 game a week Matic, Donny van der Beek is secondary tournaments. Donny, unfortunately.
Literally. When I saw him celebrating with Ronaldo on the touchline, still wearing the bib, I was just thinking, free him from the shackles, man. Free him from the shackles.
But yeah, listen, once people realize that Ollie's a liar, it's fine. But like, other than that, the lineup was, I saw it and I was like, bruh, like this is United, like that's actually mad. Like I know. We could talk about the nostalgia of Ronaldo signing and the idea that we probably didn't necessarily need to sign him unless Man City was going to sign him. But still, the fact that he's here is still a mad thing. Like it's still actually mad looking at that squad now,
bro. Looking at some of the pictures that's come out over the weekend, I'm actually deep in. We've actually come a long way from the days of Pereira, James,
Mata.
We've come a long way. Now we're waiting for Sancho to I'm hearing people talking crazy about Jadon Sancho. Like just the fact that Jadon Sancho, we've won I think it's 3 out of 4 games in the Premier League now, and Jadon Sancho hasn't even performed yet. People are waiting. Like we've got these options, and I'm just thinking we've come a long way. That's
Cavani ain't played a minute.
Cavani's still in Uruguay eating food. It's calm.
Trust me. Listen, we got Champions League Varane in the back line while Phil Jones is getting spun by under 23s.
Bro, you see Patino all give it. Nah. Why is every time I see Phil Jones, he's eating grass
on the floor? He's eating
Why are you
grass.
always on the floor?
Understand.
You're 36, bro. Stay on your feet. First off, thoughts on the first half. So, made the breakthrough very late in the first half. I think it was like one of the final touches of the first half. Well, what was our thoughts on the first half performance?
Underwhelming. I think it wasn't great. Didn't create many chances. Didn't really work the keeper. But listen, I don't really. Obviously, it's something to work on. Do you get what I mean? I think that's been our Achilles heel for a long time under Ollie. Do you get what I mean? Breaking down low blocks, creating from wide areas. So yeah, man, I think it's expected. Newcastle defended well, but we got the breakthrough. Greenwood with the strike. Ronaldo following up. Typical poacher's goal. Typical Ronaldo goal.
I wanted this first goal to be a tapping. I can't lie. I didn't want to see no acrobat. Everyone calls in a tapping match and get a tapping. Make them mad. I love seeing people mad. I love seeing people mad at United.
If he's scoring those goals, the goal tally is going to be nuts because he's going to be scoring so many other types of goals. He hasn't even scored a header yet. That's
it. Like, for so long, we've needed our strikers to just have that. Like, we've been waiting on Martial, Rashford to an extent to just have that instinct where they're in the box and it's clean up. Like, they're getting those scrappy tapping goals. Ole's been waiting for them to do it. And now you've bought someone that's right now, that's their career. That's their job. They'll get on the end of all of those scrappy little. They know where to be. They're always in the right area to get those tap-ins.
Greatest goal scorer in the history of football, bro.
That's it. So, you're right. He's going to get those tap-ins and he's going to get his own, like you see with the second goal, he's a finisher as well. Left foot on the run. in between the keeper's legs. He's gonna get those. It's all types of finishes. We've got all types of bread over here.
All types of bread.
All types of bread.
Listen, we deal in all types of currency. Trust me, all types of currency over here.
But lastly, though, on the first half, just one thing that I think we need to improve on that's going to be big is getting more crosses into the box, firstly. And secondly, just getting more production from the wide areas. Not to, at Wan-Bissaka, but Luke Shaw, he can whip in the ball. We wanted to do that more. Who's banging on the left? Sancho. I'm calm with where he's at the moment, but I just want to see more, balls into the final third, going at defenders more, just do a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like, teams are going to try and shrink the pitch on us. Do you know what I mean? Get their back foot all on the edge of the penalty area. If we can get creation from the wide areas, Ronaldo, 35 goals. As Nathan said, you can expect that. All comps.
Yeah. I definitely agree, to be fair. I feel like that's a chemistry issue as well. I think we saw it with Cavani last season. That season, Cavani would be he wouldn't even wait to do a 1-2, literally just make his run and expect the people behind him to make that pass. And towards the end of the season, they started making those passes that they understood he's going to make that run. I need to play that ball now. Ronaldo's sort of in a similar position where he's going to make runs. You just need to be able to find him. And you've got guys like Pogba. We know his quality on the ball. Fernandes, he's going to try until he gets it right. Yes. And then again, Rashford coming back in, Sancho is a creator. I feel like it's just the case where once they build up that chemistry, know when he's making those runs, that's when we can really start seeing those chances created.
Yeah, chemistry is huge. Facts.
Defensively, Keanu, did you feel like there were issues that we needed to address? Because that goal, both the centre backs could be said they're at fault for that goal.
That goal was like, regardless of whether you have Varane, whether you have Bailly, whether you have Maguire, whether you have Phil Jones, whether you have Tuanzebe, whichever Man United defender was at the back line, that's just a typical Manchester United goal to concede. Like, that's just how we do it. Like, Maguire was caught well off of his off the line. Like, I don't know what he was doing all the way up at the halfway line. Varane, honestly, like, Varane couldn't do necessarily too much more. He tried to show Saint-Maximin like the other way, and then Manquillo just did what he had to do. But I think it goes back to that whole thing of United needing another centre midfielder. Like, I would have loved for us to sign somebody like Ruben Neves. Had a good performance at the weekend. It's just like he's right there. Like, we just need somebody in that position. But like, other than that, Varane, he had a really, really good game. It was unfortunate because like it was his Old Trafford debut. It was kind of overshadowed by the fact that Ronaldo was there. But other than that mistake there, not even that defensive mistake, but like the defensive error from the whole back line there, Varane had a really, really good game, and he is slowly starting to catch up to the pace of the Premier League. Obviously, Southampton and Newcastle aren't necessarily the two best indicators of the pace in the league, but we've got a few big games coming up very, very soon. So hopefully, against better opposition, we can kind of see how he really acclimatized to the Prem.
Guys, what about you?
The backline.
Some good points there about the backline and them needing to acclimatize more. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think the goal, I think Maguire is the only person that I'm putting at fault for the goal. Because, diving in at the halfway line, that's never a good idea. Do you know what I mean? Because as soon as an Almiron, that guy is so nippy, it's nuts. Like,
it's so funny. The front two of Saint-Maximin and Almiron is literally the funniest. Because it was everybody else defend. You two just go up there and vibe. You two just go up there, do what you can do, and then we'll be happy with you. Whatever you do up there, and they were causing us problems at points. Them two together, literally on the counter, having free reign to do what they want. They were doing their thing a little bit.
No, for sure. Even I remember in the first half, we nicked the ball from Ronaldo. I think it was on the edge of our box. Went on a little break as well. Like, that was a great run from him. Obviously, as I said, I blame Maguire diving in. But even the pass to Saint-Maximin was perfect. I thought Varane did well to try and get in the way, but St. Maximin backed off a little bit. It was a perfect ball. I don't think Varane can do much because once St. Maximin's got the ball to his feet, it's a 2-on-1. Do you know what I mean? So whoever he chose, it would have been like they would have got a shot on target, and it was a good finish. But I think Varane's been excellent, man. Like the guy is amazing, perfect addition, composed, can spray passes, and the one main thing that he does is he's not slow on the ball when we're playing out from the back.
Yeah,
I used to get so pissed that we'd have like 60% possession in games, but 45% of it would be Maguire and Lindelof. Like, why are you, man, dilly-dallying on the ball? We need to get the ball further.
He's not afraid to get rid of it. He's not afraid to get that ball gone.
And he gets the tempo up. Do you know what I mean? And that's how you get, guys getting the ball further up the pitch and us creating chances.
I think the favourite thing I've seen about Varane so far is just him in the air. Just the dominance.
I can't think of many headers he missed in that game. There was not a lot like... He was and even that chance from the corner where he could have scored as well.
Yeah, flick over the near post.
If he's getting open like that, then he's gonna get a few this year. But listen, man. You know the ones when you just make a signing and you're just happy it's the signing that you asked for. Like it's actually the player that you want. Like man, we're talking about.
It couldn't get any better at the position.
Literally, man, we're talking violent on Varane's name. You know, before he even touched the field. Man was saying Varane. Man were making dead comparisons to other defenders. I'm not saying no names.
Ben White.
I didn't say it. It wasn't me who said it. It wasn't me who said it, innit? Listen,
it wasn't me who said it.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it, but I agree with that person. I agree with that person. But listen, Varane, that's a centre back, man.
That's a centre back, man. Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce. You ain't know the definition of Rolls Royce until you see them type of defenders. We spoke about it briefly earlier, but VDB, Donny van der Beek at the 6, he said that he can play there. Ole said that he can play there. Is that something that because we signed him as a sort of 10 box to box when he that role that he played for Ajax. We didn't really see him as the deepest midfielder. Is that something you can see him doing for United if given the opportunity? I think if given the opportunity is the biggest context you need to add, because he needs to be able to step on the pitch in order to show it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I think I don't know. Like I had this really weird idea in my head. I don't know if that's the thing. I don't know if the formation would work though. Where United kind of do like a weird 4-5-1. Like we have. I don't know if it would work where we have Donny in the 6, and then we have Bruno and Pogba playing next to each other, and then you've got your wide guys. So it would either be Sancho and Greenwood, and then you have Ronaldo up top. I don't know if it would work, but like I would love to just see it attempted because Donny is such a versatile player, and like whenever he comes on, we play good football, we play okay football when he's not on the field, but when he's on the field, like we're playing champagne.
Oh, he's another one that increases the tempo. He's another one that increases the tempo.
1-2 touch football. 1-2 touch.
That's it.
Yeah, literally. You touch, I move, you move. That's beautiful football,
you
bro.
touch, I touch.
That's beautiful football, but. Yeah, go on, man.
I feel like quickly before I let Daz go, I feel like one of the better performances I saw from VDB last season was the 5-0 against Leipzig, where he played a diamond saw formation and he played as one of the centre midfielders. And just from that formation, I see that he covers the ground well. So unless it's an issue where Ole thinks he's too lightweight to play in there, I don't see why he can't be tried at the 6, especially given the fact that he can pass the ball a lot better than Fred. He's obviously not as combative as Fred. He's not going to go into the tackles that Fred's going to go into, but you can definitely see he's ready to put his foot in there. He's got a bit of an engine. I can't see why he's not being tried in there, but Daz, what do you think?
Yeah, the thing is, Fred's a dream seller, fam. Yeah, I mean, he sells this idea that he's, combative, gets around the ball. I used to tell the same story as well, but now I'm done. The guy gets near the ball and the defender goes past him anyway. Or he'll get a foot in, but he won't actually retrieve possession. So that's useless. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of the whole Fred thing. But I think being the lone 6 is tough because we know Pogba and Bruno would want to be so like if they're going forward, they're going forward. Do you know what I mean? Because both of them can score goals, both of them can get assists, so it'll be tough to be the lone six. But I think in the pivot with Pogba, like try it. Like I think he gives us something different compared to what we have with the other guys. Like on the ball,
especially in games against teams like Newcastle.
Exactly.
Against teams like Newcastle, where you need to get the ball moving a bit quicker. I can't see why you wouldn't trial him. At least trial him there.
There's even something else I would have wanted to try. Like even if you put him in the pivot, like I think what was it? Shemi made a good comment about like who would defend. Like that's actually a good point. I don't even know who would defend still. But like if you put like Pogba and Van der Beek in the pivot, you know what? I wouldn't even be mad at. I wouldn't even be mad if you put them two in the pivot and the game strategy is we don't care if you lot score. We're just going to score more than you lot.
Exactly. That's our strategy this year.
That's the strategy anyway. Yeah.
I think that's the strategy. I really wouldn't care. So, like, yeah, you can do the 4-5-1. You say who defends. You say the back line. That's it.
Literally,
the back line.
I said this exact same thing on Sunday when we were recording. It's gonna be on the back line to do so much defending this year, because if we continue to play the attackers that we play, it's literally just gonna be vibes at the back. You lot deal with it. Well, Pogba, Bruno, Ronaldo, all of these lot go have their fun. You lot defend. You lot pattern what's going on back here. I feel like that's what it's gonna have to be.
But if we are doing
that's what makes me even more sense to. That's why we should have signed a center mid, because it's like if we're gonna be like, okay, you man go up there, have fun, score 10 goals. If you've got four in the back line and you've got one midfielder there just chilling, just saying, don't move, stay right here. Like basically Matic, but someone with much younger legs and a bit more,
someone that can shuffle.
Yeah,
someone that can get around.
Like, yeah, someone can move left and right, forward and back with
that's
quickness. Like you don't have to put a WD-40 on the ankles and the knees and all of that. So that's all you need. If you got somebody there like that, and if you tell them not to go have fun, that's viable football. You can really go a game, score 4 goals, but you might concede about 3 or 2, but we won.
Liverpool 13-14 vibes.
Hey, that's what Liverpool.
I didn't want to say it again. I listen. I didn't want to say it, but I agree with that person who said it in it. That one and then.
No, facts.
Literally, Matic is going to be putting Benge, is going to be putting Rub all over his joints by the end of the season if we leave him out there. All of that.
Tough, man. It's tough.
I just hope that he starts against young boys, though.
Yeah.
I hope he starts against young. I reckon it will be him and Fred, to be honest, against young boys. Hopefully. Because Pogba needs the rest.
Yeah.
Pogba played all the minutes for France. And he's played every minute for us to start the season. I think he needs a rest.
Yeah. The only thing is, I don't think Ole is going to want to get off to a potentially bad start in the Champions League. Yeah, I feel like probably the Carabao Cup coming up next week is probably going to be the best time to rest some of the big guns. I can imagine Ronaldo, Pogba, Bruno won't be playing in that game. So if they play young boys and then West Ham on Sunday, then they'll have probably a rest for a week before they have to play another game. Yeah, so I can imagine Pogba will still play tomorrow.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like too pissed with that as well. I just want Donny to get some love, man. Like give the guy some minutes.
Give him some minutes, man.
Free my boy, man.
Ronaldo said in his post-match pressure that the team needs to be mature if it wants to win the PL, the Premier League or the Champions League. What do you think he means by that? And what do you think maturity looks like in this Manchester United squad?
I think that's a good question still. I think it comes in numerous aspects of the game, like all 3 phases. Do you get what I mean? Because, for an example, I don't think our midfield is mature. Do you get what I mean? We get caught on the ball a lot. We can get caught out on the break. Do you get what I mean? I think he means defensively maturing that, there might be games where, you're up against a City where you have to sit back, soak things up, like what Newcastle were doing to us. Do you know what I mean? And hit teams on the break. You're going to have to be disciplined and mature and understand that, this is not a game where you're going to have 4, 5, 6 chances. You're going to get 2 or 3 and you have to bury them. Midfield, it's going to be games where we need you to dominate possession or we need you to be disciplined, as I said, in that similar type of game. I think he just means, firstly, you need to be able to win in a number of different type of ways. You know, scrappy games, shootouts. Do you know what I mean? You got to be able to get it done a number of ways, and mentally. Do you know what I mean? You got to be vigilant. You got to be engaged. Like 90th minute winners. We need to get back to doing that. Do you know what I mean? We need to get back to winning them scrappy 1-0s. I think it just means that, you know, there's so many little elements that it's going to take to win the Champions League or the Premier League. And all of them are going to have to be ticked off. So it's going to be a long process. But yeah, I think he was making like a big point, but just with that single word, mature.
Kanye, what do you think?
I think it's an interesting one because being disciplined is the mentality of a winner. Like
exactly.
I think the good thing about Man United recently with the signings that we've made is we've added maturity. We've added like team players who are mentally strong, but we've also added players who are also quite experienced when it comes to winning. So you have we already know Ronaldo is a mentality monster. We already know monster. That whole literally like we know what he brings to the squad. You bring somebody in like Varane, you bring in another mentality monster, somebody who's on that similar wavelength with Ronaldo. Like they've both been to the deepest parts of tournaments and not just got there, but they've won. And obviously Varane has never lost in the finals. So we already know that record stands for itself. We've got maturity and we've got experience in the defense. We've got that in the attack now. Midfield, obviously, it's a bit of a different situation because we've not really got anybody in that area who we can call a winner or somebody we could really call experience or someone that we rely on. So it'll be interesting this year to see how we deal with that. Again, hopefully looking forward towards January. Like I hope it's not a thing where we continually get exposed in the midfield and it's a thing where we're forced to make a decision. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't be mad if we make the decision in January to just sign a midfielder just because we need one. Like we've all been saying, that's the missing piece. And to be honest, another thing I wouldn't even be mad as if we signed a right back as well. Like at this point now, I wouldn't be mad if we signed a
That's a good point because when we signed Wan-Bissaka, a lot of people were talking about he's not good enough, but he just literally wasn't the worst of our. Like we had so many other problems back then that he literally wasn't the worst of it. We needed so much more, and he was doing a solid enough job. Now that the whole level of the team has been raised, now you can start looking at literally now we can start talking about whether he needs to step up or whether he needs to be replaced. But back then it was the case. Go through.
Finish. No, finish. It
was literally a case where back then he was literally one of our better performers. Of course, he still had the issues in the attacking sense, but he was literally a one-man defense at points.
Because we were on the back foot so much, he'd have to do all that last-ditch tackles, clearing the guy one-on-one. But now we're controlling games more. We're getting more mature. Do you know what I mean? So his flaws are getting exposed a little bit.
I think the thing I was going to say, like to agree with both of your points, is like the thing we've seen in the whole squad is competition breeds a better product. We saw that when we signed Alex Telles, Luke Shaw became the best left back in the Prem. Don't argue with anybody. It's not an argument. That's what it is. Best left back in the Prem. We're not talking about it no more.
Oh, that's not even a debate. That's not even a debate.
Exactly. Like
we don't talk about it no more.
Like we see what happens.
You saw the way he shrugged off Armour on this weekend.
Literally, just quick, like you know what I mean. Like, but we've seen it. Like we always knew that Luke Shaw had quality, but we never knew that this was we always knew that this is something he could turn into, but we just never knew when we was ever going to be able to see it, especially coming off of that injury and all of the whole saga with Mourinho and all of that stuff. But now we're starting to see the left back that we signed all those years ago.
It's been a long journey.
Exactly. It's been a long journey. You sign a right back. I'm not even saying it has to be a better right back because I'm not like before we signed Alex Telles, we all thought Alex Telles is coming in to start at Manchester United. We can sign a right back who we think is probably going to come and start. It might take Wan-Bissaka's game to the next level. We never know.
Hey, there's even one that we've got on loan at Swansea that's pulling up a couple of threes.
There's one that's on the bench right now. There's one that's on the bench right now.
What do you say? You got some stocks in Dallo?
I think he deserves a chance. I think he's good enough to kick Wan-Bissaka up the arse and say, "Listen, bro."
I think I've got more stocks in Led, than
Yeah.
than
100%.
Yeah.
than
But
Laird.
how long
But
do you think it would take for Laird to get in the squad?
that's
Put him
the
in the squad
problem.
next season.
Like,
Put him, I'm ready
it's
to.
that whole thing again. Ollie is a liar. Like it goes. Like listen, we saw him put Hannibal in the squad, and we're thinking we're gonna see Hannibal in the pivot, and we thought we was about to play champagne football. That's what we thought. But then what happened? Went back to the under 23s. Like
Hey,
it's tough, bro.
So
I thought it
dream.
was happening. I got saw the dream, man. I really thought it was
Trust me.
happening.
I thought I was a believer. I went to go back to watch the comps. I had to go back and watch the comps to see what was going on. But yeah, and then we send out Laird off on loan. He's doing his thing. Like all of our loanies are doing their thing, to be honest.
For
But
real.
it's just that thing. Like again, the best light in the game, son. It is what it is.
But fam, you can get away with all that lying when you're winning games, man. That's what
That's what it is. Like if you're scoring 4 goals and conceding 1, no one's really looking at the fact that you concede. Like only the people that would be doing the interviews would be like, oh yeah, no, we wish we didn't concede the goal, but at the end of the day, it's 3 points. Like for us as fans, it's like we won 3 points. We're further away than everybody else. It doesn't matter to us.
No, just
because I feel like United's heritage is conceding goals and then winning games late anyway. That's our heritage.
It's late goals, late winners. That's what we live for.
Those are the best.
That's what we grew up on.
That's a fact.
Just a quick point. I wanted to add on the maturity thing. I feel like a lot of the time I think this is especially pertinent to Sancho. A lot of the times when we signed like a big money signing or a big name, they were expected to be the one to come in straight away and be the one to raise the level. Yeah, we think with like Memphis Depay,
hurts my heart.
Di Maria to an extent. There's been names where they've come in and they've been expected to be the one to carry. Literally, they've been the one to expected to carry it by themselves. But now we see because of the squad building that we've done, Sancho's coming to a team that's already performing well enough to win games. He doesn't necessarily have to be the one straight away. It's not all on you to go on. He's surrounded by the likes of Varane, Cristiano Ronaldo, Rashford eventually when he comes back, Greenwood's in great form, Pogba. Like these are certified winners he's coming into a squad with. Imagine he came into the 2015 squad or the 2016 squad. He would have been expected to be like, if he's not popping, we're probably not popping as a team.
Yes. And he's getting stick.
But now I think he's able to acclimatize a bit slower if necessary. Obviously, we all want him to kick on, perform a bit better quicker. But
there's no rush.
It's not a case where it's all on him to be successful right now.
Yeah, I think people realize that. I think people just actually don't even realize how important having a preseason is. Like having a preseason is actually really important, and Sancho didn't get one. We saw last year when he was at Dortmund, he came back off the break a bit overweight, and he kind of basically played himself into form, and he ended up having a great season. I think ultimately it's and arguably now, like he's in probably a better team with a bit more products. Obviously, Haaland's nothing to shy away at, but you've got Ronaldo, you got Greenwood, you've got Cavani, like you've got Pogba, you've got a lot more players, you got a lot more pieces on the board to play with. So I think ultimately he'll play himself into form, and then when he starts getting into his stride, we'll notice, and that's when things will start to continue.
Not worried at all.
And the thing is, I think when he does hit form, it's gonna be for the right reasons, not because it's out of fear of the fans are on me. If I don't produce, we're not gonna win games. Now it's gonna be because if I'm not balling, Rashford's gonna be playing ahead of me. Green was gonna be playing ahead of me. Martial could be playing ahead of me. Yeah, I mean, so it's gonna be for the right reasons, which is competition.
Facts. Looking ahead to the Champions League opener, what do you think a good campaign for Manchester United in this competition would be this season? I'll start with you, Des.
That's a good question. I think this is going to be a competition we can do very well in. I actually think, we have a better chance of winning the Champions League than the Premier League. Because I believe with the amount of firepower that we have, over 2 legs, I don't think there's many teams in the world that can compete with us. Yeah, I mean, especially now that we've got Mr. Champions League in Cristiano Ronaldo. You
I thought you
still,
talking about Varane.
we got Champions League Varane. Listen, that's a game changer. But what would be a successful Champions League one? I think semi-final. I think getting to the semi-final would be very good. I think that's a reasonable expectation. Yeah, as I said, reasonable expectation. I think Ronaldo is the game changer. Like now that you got Ronaldo, like you can do a madness. Yeah, I think it's about, as we said, if teams are scoring 3, we can score 4. Yeah, I mean, so the only team that I'm really saying that has the edge on us in the Champions League is PSG. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, I think we can go anywhere, face anyone, and get wins.
Keanu, what about you?
Boy, it's tough. Firstly, public service announcement to fans who don't support Man United. Your expectations are not our expectations. That's what it is. Listen, for you
these
guys,
don't have any consistent expectations of us, though.
Trust me. Listen,
it depends on how they feel.
For all of you lot, our goal, we have to win the Premier League and the Champions League. Our expectations are we have to make top 4. That's what it is. All right, relax. Like, no,
we cannot compete. We cannot compete.
We can't compete. Listen, man, we don't have the squad. We don't have the depth. It's a
little. We're little horse. Yeah. City, but Chelsea, big horse.
But for Champions League, that's an interesting point. That I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like I would agree in regards to, I'd say, final, semi-final is where you want to be. Like, you can't be at this point now. We really can't aim small. Like, we can't aim to where we was at before because the levels and the stakes are so much higher now.
Ronaldo ain't come here to just do this. Ain't no damn farewell tour.
Trust me, like, listen, if he comes here, if he wins the Champions League and Messi and PSG don't, then listen, it's all pain over there. Literally. But Champions, like, we just need to have a good. The thing is, we rarely have bad campaign. Like, we don't really have bad campaigns overall when it comes to European football. It's either we usually have one point of madness and then it just ends terribly. Like, that's just how it's been going over the last few years. Like, if we get to the semi-final, I'm not gonna lie, I will be happy with that. Like, as long as we're consistently putting on good performances and we're not getting exposed by the Europe's best teams, I'll be content with that, because as much as I still want to be like, I want to go all in and be like, this is our year, but there's a lot of teams we can't overlook. Like, if we're being honest, like, no one thought Chelsea was going to win last year. They completely turned it around and they won it. PSG's come back much stronger. Real Madrid isn't a slouch team. Like, as much as I don't want to say it, like, as long there's a lot of stuff going on over there, but when you look at their team, it's still not too bad. Barcelona
up front. That's always going to give you a chance.
Trust me, Barcelona, they're dusted, so I don't have to worry about them. That's not a problem. But there's still, and again, even Liverpool come back and they're moving in silence, which is very, very scary.
Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying that they're just winning.
Yeah, like, and their goal difference is still very similar to the people in the top.
I think it's the same, actually.
Exactly. So I think it'll be interesting. Like, it's definitely going to be an interesting run. It's just, as long as it doesn't end in sadness like last year, I'll be okay.
Yeah. You know what? Last point. I think we could go back to the 07, 08, 09 days of 3 English teams in the semi-final of the Champions League.
I can see it.
It's possible. I just don't need us to have another Istanbul moment this season.
Facts. That's stupidness.
Those are the moments that knocked us out of the Champions League. Us deciding to defend inside their half to make sure Denver Bar's onside, like, those sort of stupid moments, those are what cost us last season against Red Bull, where we managed to lose, concede 3 goals on the trot, and then we try to fight back. Like, those are the moments. Fred getting sent off against PSG. For me, we have to go to the semi-finals minimum. Like,
I think at this point, I think with that, I don't think at this point, it's not to do with the team. This is all Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now. This is all on you, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
We've given you pieces. We've given you pieces. Right. You've got your pieces. You've got your centre back. You've got your left back, your right back. Your goalkeeper's back in form. You've got a striker. We gave you a winger.
You got the best goal scorer in the history of football.
You got Fernandez, who's all banging them in from 30 yards. Like, what?
Gold dust in the bill.
Do you need more? Do you need more pieces? Ole, get something done with these pieces right here. Get something done with this, and then we can talk.
No, facts.
Big facts.
Quickly, just to round off, facing Young Boys in Switzerland tomorrow. What are the changes you want to see to the lineup for that match?
I want Donny.
Oh, no, go on.
Yeah, I think Donny needs us. You know what? I hear it from both sides, isn't it? The whole, let them play three games in a week and then rest them for the Carabao Cup game, West Ham. However, I want Donny in. I want Donny in regardless. I also want Dallo in. I'm not scared of young boys. And let's not forget, Wan-Bissaka, I think he was top 5 in minutes last season.
Oh, yeah, he played everything.
And towards the back end of the season, Donny could barely run. Do you get what I mean? We're against young boys. Like, we have nothing to be scared of. We're at Old Trafford. Let's play. Oh, sorry, we're in Switzerland. My bad. But I think Dallo should play, man. I think Dallo should play. Who else do I want to see in there? Martial should start. Yeah, he deserves a chance.
He does.
I'm not gonna lie, the agenda on that guy there is different. The agenda I've got on that guy, I don't think you understand.
No, but bro, I think if he has a good
season, he was my boy. It was my blood. He carried me through the dark ages of United.
But on other platforms, we've got a hashtag going right now: 7 league goals by December. If not, he's out.
He's gone.
At this point now, I don't know, man. Listen, at this point, bro, he ain't even touching he's getting garbage minutes now.
Bro, he's fourth choice back at United.
You know what? Actually, you know what? Even still, this hashtag still stands because you can get garbage minutes because Edouard did it and he scored 2 goals in 6 minutes. So it still stands. I don't care.
You better use your garbage minutes correctly, fam.
Yeah.
Hey, and listen, if that guy is scoring goals, we're unstoppable because he's probably our 5th best forward. And if he's scoring goals, then you know you're pissed. I ain't even what am I gassing about that?
You're not, but you know what it is. You're not, but it's true. It's just the fact that you said. It's the fact that you said it.
5. There's 4 other people ahead of you.
Ronaldo, Greenwood, Sancho, Rashford. Not even to speak of Cavani, by the way.
Bro, we gave you your number, bro. We gave you your number,
bro.
How did we end up there, fam? How did we get?
It's a cold world, man.
It's a nasty world, fam. It's a nasty. It was supposed to end so differently for my boy, man. It was supposed to end so differently.
It's tough, bro. It's tough.
He was supposed to take the globe.
Last chance saloon now. I think I can't lie. If he fumbles again this season, he needs to be gone, man. In the next summer.
Yeah, nah. This is literally do or die for him, boy.
Yeah.
No, the hashtag is he's not by the end of the year, January. If he doesn't have 7 by January, he has to be gone by January. That's what that's the hashtag. Hashtag 7 league goals by December.
Hashtag 7 league goals by December. I've got to put that up now, man. I've got to put that up.
If not, he's gone by January. Listen, and then at that point next year, Oli has to call his boy in Dortmund. He has to call
man, real quick. Give
him a call.
Bring him in and we go back to the 4-4-2 days. Haaland and Ronaldo on top.
I was even thinking that this season, just go 4-4-2 headers and volleys.
Champagne.
Put Bruno right wing.
That number 9 is vacant.
Straight Erling. But imagine that though, Ronaldo and Haaland, bloody hell, defenses will be destroyed.
Hey, you don't even want to think about what will happen if you give us that player. I saw him at the week. The goals he scored at the weekend, the goals he scored at international duty.
He's different sauce, bro. He's different.
Just a nasty.
Cavani and Martial, because Cavani's gone, guaranteed. If Martial goes as well, bro, that's 2 spots that we free up, like Haaland.
That's a lot off the wage bill as well,
Exactly, that's a lot off the wage bill.
Bro, think about it. Number 9 is right there.
Vacant.
vacant, brother. Vacant.
Hey,
No one's taking. The worst thing is, no one's taking that number. No one. Who in the squad's taking that number?
no one, bro.
wants the number.
Hold on.
Unless
Hold
they
on.
want to give it to Mason. To be fair, he's
Hold
11
on.
right now.
Banks, you see
Nah,
it. Banks, you see it.
Mason's already got his MG11 brand going.
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
don't need
you
to.
see
11,
it, Banks, you
yeah.
see it. Number
I see
9
it,
is
I
right
see-
there, brother. The
Someone get Ed Boogie on the phone.
Listen.
Someone get Ed Boogie on the phone right now. Let me talk to him.
Open your third eye, brothers. Open
Third
your
eye.
Right,
Open.
trust me.
Open it, brother. You see it.
Open the
It's right
third
there.
eye.
It's right there.
Hey, man, I'm looking at the books at United and thinking, how can I cook? What can I get going right now?
Hey,
Listen,
Hey.
Ed Woodward's last hurrah, bringing Haaland.
Literally,
Simple
go
as
out with a bang. People have tried
That'd be
to
a
break
statement.
into. People tried to break into his house. He signed Bruno. People broke into the stadium. He signs Ronaldo. What do you think is going to happen if Haaland's on the market? You best not even think. Just don't preempt it.
It still glazes
Just go
out,
do
but
it.
bring him in, fam. Bring him in.
Literally.
trust
Just go
me,
do it.
trust me.
All right, guys. Thank you once again for tuning into the very first United We Ball episode. I've been joined by two fantastic guests. Can't be happier to have had these two on for my first ever episode. Keanu, Daz, thank you for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Guys, if you're locked in and you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to the final third. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. Guys, if you've got anything you want to plug, please do it now. Please do it now.
As on the Ball TV, man. Actually, firstly, obviously, subscribe to the final third. Pleasure to be on the show, man. Glad to be on the opener, the premiere, and that.
The pleasure's all ours, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you for having us on, and yeah, man. Subscribe to Eyes on the Ball TV, and yeah, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, man. So subscribe to Final Third. Listen, man, you can find me on the official FIFA channels.
Talk your shit, bitch. Talk your shit, bitch.
You can find
Trust
me
me.
over there.
You can find the what? You can
Find the work over there.
No, me. You can find me over there in it. That's fine. Support
Yeah,
the
you
channel.
got your mate. You got your mate. You got your mate. You got your mate.
You can support me over there. But listen, man. Big up.
That's
to
a
Eyes on
family
the
with
Ball.
Infantino on the Swiss blocks.
That
Trust
one there,
me.
brother.
Deep in the field.
Oh man, that is hilarious. But yeah, man, listen, subscribe to Final Thirds. These man have got some serious content over here, man. Love to everybody there. Big up Eyes on the Ball. All the man them there. Shout out Daz, shout out Daniel as well. Yeah, man, listen, follow me on Twitter if you want. I do some funny stuff over there. But other than that, listen, man, keep supporting the man them. Keep supporting the gal them as well. Listen, everybody's out here making serious content. Let's all make a movement.
Facts. All right, guys. Make sure you have a lovely evening. Go tune into the Everton versus Burnley game. Bit of Monday night football. End your Monday right. It's been your host, Banks, joined by Daz, Eyes on the Ball, and Keanu Reeves. Thank you, and good night.